What a beautiful evening. And just to welcome you to this friend-raiser and fundraiser for Project Biome and Farmers Footprint. A little bit about those two organizations right now, and I invite my brother Zach Bush up here to talk about that.
Thank you all for coming out. Your time is precious and it's your most valuable commodity, and so thank you for sharing time and space with us. Not just here, but for many of you, many years of your time have been put into aligning your energies, your vision with ours. And so we just feel that kinship with you tonight and are honored to have your physical presence with us tonight. Project Biome came along in 2018 on the tail end of about a decade of transition around the science world for me. Moving from an era of chemotherapy development that I was involved with at the University of Virginia. And what I realized over time was that I had been trained for decades to treat humans as if they were a chemistry problem. And so we were handing humans a whole toolbox of chemicals to manage biologic systems. And it does not work at all. And it was a really dismal thing to be a doctor, set out with a really great heart to help my patients, to only find out that I was poisoning them over the years. And this isn't to put too harsh a point on what the pharmaceutical industry is. It's simply the wrong premise that you can treat biology with chemistry. Chemistry is the result of biology ultimately on this planet. All the chemistry that involves from the human and its journey into cancer, or the planet itself and its journey into its major climate shifts that are natural to this planet. These are not chemical problems. These are not chemical solutions that come in to fix the planet. The planet is generating biology at more and more complex layers of beauty and intelligence. And for that, she has to go through many cycles of birth and redeath. And so that's what I slowly learned in my patients over time, was that they wanted to be alive rather than treated as if they were somewhere on the way to death. And so to become alive, you have to let go of your fear of death. And so what we did in our human journeys, we ended up realizing if we continue our current story of climate crisis and global warming, we were going to destroy ourselves in this milieu of defining the planet as if it was a chemical problem. And this problem does not occur in the field that we're in. It's a biologic opportunity, not a chemical problem. And so this earth is in a biologic opportunity for rebirth, and it's expressing that in many levels, and we'll express that over the course of the night some. But I saw the opportunity with a bunch of colleagues to set out a different story of where the planet was at the time. And we wanted to start with food and food systems, but it was important for us to start to just think about the entire industry of change differently. And so for that, we've been through multiple generations of birthing as an organization, and Project Biome's gone through many ups and downs and curves and left-hand turns, and ultimately we have found ourselves to our current leadership, which is a multifaceted group of women, primarily. There's an occasional man just to take out the trash or whatever we need to do. But the women have generated such vision here. And among those women that I'm very pleased to introduce is this one, Aubrey, who's been with us since the very origin of it back in 2018. Got to know her through common friends, and it was an extraordinary thing to be witnessed by her. She was going through her PhD in futurism at the time. And she has a PhD in futurism with an emphasis on indigenous politics and alternative futures. And in that journey, she became an expert in living systems. And it's been a real honor to see her step into the leadership across Project Biome last year, and then grow up around her a powerful group of kind of distributed leadership that is now kind of spreads across multiple continents. And so we'll be introducing you to that, but without further ado, this is an extraordinary woman that births many great things on this planet. This is Aubrey Yee.
Thank you, Zach. How can I follow that? I don't know. But what I want to share is the simple but profound premise of Project Biome, which is that very simply, there are millions of organizations on the planet right now that are focused on regenerating the earth, rewilding spaces, and reconnecting humans to nature. And what we saw was something that was missing, was the connectivity between them. So like in the body where we have the fascia that sends light and energy to all the parts of the body, and this like sort of unseen system that does untold incredible things to make everything work, that doesn't really exist in the nonprofit space. So we thought about what would it look like to create an organization that solely lived to support everyone else who's doing all this incredible work. So everything that we've designed with Project Biome is with that in mind. How do we come alongside, between, behind, and with all of this energy that's moving towards being with Earth, being with Gaia as she regenerates herself. So that's really the simple idea that then has this sort of global reach, and incredible people are on the ground trying to make it happen. We do things like build a network that we call the constellation after the skies. I come from Hawaii, a place of navigators who used the constellations and the stars to get to new lands. And so we're really navigating our way to new places together. The constellation is something you can join. We invite you all to be part of it. We also have a solutioning hive, which is sort of like a get our hands in the dirt, like how do we start to accelerate some of the incredible work that's happening and bring people together in spaces where they can collaborate. One of the things we found is that in the nonprofit space, there's this strange competitive energy. What would it look like if we actually all worked together and shared information and shared funding resources and started to network ourselves the way that a natural living biological system does? And then we're empowering youth. So we're taking a youth fellowship program and bringing it down to the youth leaders who have these incredible visions but don't necessarily have the capacity or the means to make them real. So that's sort of the general gist of what we're doing at Project Biome. We really invite you to learn more about what we're up to and to jump in and help. Everyone here has incredible resource, whether it's financial, community-based, intellectual resource, knowledge bases, all kinds of stuff. You're all full of resource and capacity, and we invite you into our story. And one of our major projects, programs, stories is Farmers Footprint, which really started in the soil, and Zach's work with the microbiome and then the soil and sort of regenerating the soil as an extension of the planetary biome, and Farmers Footprint was born. So I'd like to bring Alana on to talk a bit about that and the incredible work that they're doing and this incredible event that she's put on. Let's give her a nice round of applause.
Thanks, Aubrey and Zach. Wow, I am speechless to be here alongside all of you today. And thank you, Belle, Lily, Shamra, for having us tonight and everyone else that came. To speak a little bit about our work at Farmers Footprint, one of the things that we realized early on, about 5 years ago when we started documenting stories of farmers across the country, is that the predominant narrative around agriculture and the role of humans in agriculture is horrifying, really. It's focused on the harm that we've caused by existing on this planet, by being in this extractive relationship with the planet of both people and the land. And it was very doom and gloom, and it made it really hard to imagine a different possibility of a different type of relationship that we as humans could have with our environments and the results of that. So to address that, we decided to focus on storytelling and community activations. And I came across a line not so long ago. I can't remember the author, and I'm sorry for that, but he said that we can't meaningfully proceed with restoration without restoration, without remembering the stories of the earth. And a lot of those stories are living in the hearts of indigenous communities and wisdom keepers and elders. And tonight is an invitation to remember our human nature in this planet and the future that we could create if we come back to right relationship with the environment that is very natural to us as humans, to all of us. So without further ado, I would like to invite